At 18,000 feet over California, the controls go dead. The yoke fights back. The horizon snaps vertical, then inverts. The P-38. Lightning tumbles through the sky like a leaf in a hurricane. An 18-year-old cadet has 10 seconds to live, unless the spin itself holds the answer. February 1943. The desert wind off Muroc Dry Lake tastes like chalk and gasoline. Rows of twin-boom fighters shimmer in the heat, metal ticking as engines cool. Lockheed's P-38 Lightning is the most distinctive silhouette in the Army Air Forces. Twin engines, twin booms, a central cockpit like something from the future. Built for speed, built for altitude. But pilots are dying in it. Training accidents climb every month. The Lightning spins without warning. Once it starts tumbling, standard recovery procedures fail. Pull back, opposite rudder. Textbook doctrine drilled into cadets since the Great War, useless. Sometimes it makes the spiral worse. Instructors give one order. If the spin lasts more than 2 turns, bail out. Better a parachute than auguring into the Mojave. The war is expanding faster than doctrine can adapt. Aircraft production races ahead of pilot training. The P-38 enters service before its limits are fully understood. Engineers know the twin-boom design creates complex airflow. They know compressibility affects high-speed dives, but spin dynamics in a twin-engine fighter remain largely unmapped. At Muroc Army Airfield, cadets rotate through advanced training. Most have fewer than 200 flight hours. The Lightning demands finesse. Counter-rotating propellers cancel torque, but introduce complexity. One engine mismanaged and the aircraft yaws violently. Some cadets wash out, some don't walk away. On the flight line, mechanics notice patterns others ignore. Spins follow aggressive maneuvers. Hard pulls at low airspeed. Uncoordinated rudder input. Once inverted, the aircraft refuses to listen. They mention it to instructors. Doctrine says, bail out. Doctrine is written in blood. His name was Ralph Hoffer, born in Salem, Missouri, 1924. A farm kid with steady hands and a mind built for systems. He rebuilt engines before most boys learned to drive. He diagnosed problems by sound, by vibration. Math came easily, not memorized, understood. He enlisted 3 weeks after Pearl Harbor, too young at 17, but no one looked too closely. Ralph didn't want glory. He wanted understanding. Ground school fascinated him. Aerodynamics, lift, pressure differentials. Why wings worked, not just how. He soloed early, flew smoothly, managed energy with precision. His instructors noted something unusual. He felt the aircraft. Advanced training brought him to Muroc and to the P-38. The Lightning was different, heavier, faster, unforgiving. Ralph studied it like a machine, not a myth. He talked to crew chiefs, asked about turbochargers, coolant flow, magneto timing. He listened. His first flight felt stiff, resistant, alive. He mapped its behavior in his head, how it responded across the envelope. But no one taught him what happened when that envelope collapsed. In a conventional fighter, a spin is violent but predictable. Stall one wing, nose drops, apply opposite rudder, recover. The P-38 defied that logic. Its center of gravity sat between 2 distant engines. In a spin, one boom rose, the other fell. The aircraft tumbled instead of rotating. Rudders lost authority. Elevators sat in disturbed airflow. Opposite rudder sometimes made it worse, flattening the spin into something unrecoverable. Lockheed's guidance was blunt. Avoid spins. If one develops, bail out. Combat would soon prove that advice inadequate. Over North Africa and New Guinea, P-38s met Zeros and Messerschmitts in turning fights they were never designed to win. Pilots pulled hard to get guns on target. Airspeed bled away. Wings stalled. The Lightning snapped, then vanished into tumbling chaos. After action reports were vague. Aircraft lost. Cause undetermined. Witnesses saw no parachutes. Training commands doubled down. Spin avoidance became law. The P-38 was powerful, but feared. Ralph read every incident report he could find. He noticed something buried in survivor accounts, a detail most ignored. The few pilots who recovered stopped fighting. They released the controls. They waited. Ralph filed that away. It happened on a clear Tuesday at 18,000 feet, solo aerobatics, slow roll at 250 knots, inverted. Airspeed bleeding faster than expected. He corrected. Too much. The wing stalled. The P-38 snapped left. The world became sky, desert, sky. The spin developed instantly. Instinct screamed, "Fight it!" He jammed opposite rudder. Nothing. The altimeter unwound. Doctrine said, "Bail out." Ralph's hand moved toward the canopy release, then stopped. He remembered the reports. He released the yoke. Neutral rudder. Throttles to idle. The Lightning kept spinning. 15,000 feet. 14,000. Then, something changed. The nose dipped. The rotation slowed. Airspeed began to build. Ralph waited. The rudder came alive again. Gentle input. The spin stopped. The horizon leveled. He was flying. Ralph circled, heart pounding, mind racing. He replayed every second. Fighting the spin had worsened it. Doing nothing allowed the aircraft to transition naturally. Nose down, clean airflow restored. He climbed back to altitude and did it again. Deliberate spin, neutral controls, idle power, wait, recovery, again and again. Over 2 weeks, Ralph tested variations, different entries, speeds, attitudes. Every time the result was the same. The P-38 didn't want to spin. It wanted to fall. Its instability was the solution. By neutralizing the controls, Ralph let physics reassert itself. The aircraft found a configuration where the air could flow again. He even learned to control the exit, nudging rudder at just the right moment to change heading. The spin became not just survivable, but usable. When instructors found out, they were furious. Deliberate spins violated protocol. Ralph was ordered to stop. Instead, he wrote a report. Detailed, clinical, entry conditions, altitude loss, diagrams. No heroics, just data. The chief instructor forwarded it to Lockheed's test pilot liaison, Milo Burcham. Burcham read it, then asked Ralph to demonstrate. March 9, 1943. Clear skies over the dry lake, chase plane airborne. Ralph entered the spin, neutral controls, idle power, wait, recovery, again and again. Burcham radioed calmly. Clean recovery. They'd proven it. Within weeks, Lockheed issued a technical bulletin. It didn't name Ralph. It didn't tell a story. It simply rewrote survival. Neutralize all controls. Reduce power to idle. Allow the aircraft to transition nose down. Recover gently. Training syllabi changed. Cadets practiced spin recovery under supervision. Accident rates dropped, not eliminated, but survival increased. In combat, the technique evolved further. Pilots used intentional spins to escape pursuit, dropping thousands of feet while changing heading, then recovering low and fast. Ralph graduated in April 1943. He later flew P-47s, then P-51s. He became known for aggressive flying, close-range kills, calm under pressure. On July 2, 1944, flak hit his Mustang over Germany. He attempted a forced landing. He didn't survive. He was 20 years old. His name faded from reports, from manuals, from memory. But the technique remained. Post-war studies cited it. Jet fighter programs adapted it. Test pilots at Edwards built on it. What Ralph discovered at 18 became foundational knowledge. A single line remains in a crew chief's logbook. Cadet Hoffer demonstrated spin recovery procedure. Aircraft recovered without incident. His legacy wasn't a weapon. It was time. The seconds between panic and death. The altitude between instinct and impact. He showed that sometimes survival means letting go. That when the world spins out of control, the bravest thing you can do is nothing at all until the moment you can do everything.